Welcome back, everybody. Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-winning actor you know from shows like Euphoria and Fear the Walking Dead, as well as films such as The Color Purple and Rustin. This year, he received his second consecutive Oscar nomination for Best Actor for his role in Sing Sing, which is available to watch at home on all major platforms. Let's take a look.
Sometimes it's just all a little too much on the heart. But that's no excuse. And I hope that you can forgive me.
Please welcome back to the show our friend Colman Domingo, everybody. Well, Colman, I'm so happy you're back. Congratulations on your Oscar nomination, but let's get to what's really important here.
Yes.
You are from Philadelphia.
Go Birds!
Go Birds.
Yeah!
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, I do want to ask, how did you take in the game last night?
I took it in by myself.
By yourself?
Yes. Well, first of all, I was jet lagged because I just flew in. And then our dear friend, Tina Fey, said, hey.
One of Philly's finest
as well.
One
of Philly's finest. She sent me a message saying, hey, come by. You know, the game is on. You need to be here with us. And I took a nap because I was jet lagged, and I got back up, and I thought, well, I should go to Tina's house. And I thought, no, I kind of just want to watch this alone. It's too much when it comes to the stakes and all.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want it to go the other way, and then it'd be a public display of how rageful I was.
Do you go the other way as well? Because you are sort of a very, you bring a lot of light into our lives.
Yeah, but when your team loses, there's full rage.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is the way, I mean, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. If I had my druthers, I would watch it on my phone in, like, the basement in the corner.
Privately. It's a private act.
Yeah.
I think so, I believe.
And that's why I always tell my children, like, you need to leave me alone now.
In that tone.
Yeah,
right?
And I'm like, I'm going to be gone for 4 hours, and I might come back worse. But that must have been lovely. I mean, because, again, I'm sure the victory felt just as sweet being alone in a hotel room.
It felt private, and it felt like that. But my city, I'm sure, is insane right now. Because, you know, if you know anything about Philly, yes, we do grease the poles. Because we like climbing on things. We go ape, you know.
Yeah. You go crazy. Do you feel like in the intensity level of Philly fans, where do you land?
I think, you know what? I have people who are much worse than me. I'm actually like, because I watch sports only when it's really necessary, when we're about to win some.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not there for like the pre-games or anything like that. I'm like, when we get up to it, I'm like, yeah!
There you go.
It brings out something else in me.
How did you tell Tina you weren't coming?
Not until this morning.
Okay.
So I'm a terrible friend.
Yeah.
I know it was so nice, but then I was like, oh, Tina, I'm sorry. I sent her a message. She hasn't responded yet.
Yeah.
She'll see this.
Well, no.
She'll know exactly what happened.
She's going to look at exactly how long you made her wait. She'll double it, and then you'll be lucky if you hear from her.
Exactly.
Hey, congratulations. This is a very special movie. It must be even nicer to get nominated for a movie like this. This is about a theater program inside the Sing Sing Correctional Facility. This is a true story.
Yeah.
And many of your co-stars were actually, incarcerated people who got to come back and basically play themselves or versions of themselves in this film. What a crazy thing for a movie like this to have been executed so well and then also receive the praise it has.
That's been the most extraordinary thing, because you have real-life members who of the RTA program called Rehabilitation Through the Arts that started at Sing Sing Prison. Now, it's a program where these inmates had learned theater skills. And in learning theater skills, they really tapped into things that they were trauma, things they were working through, putting themselves in someone else's shoes by playing another character. And it led to some real rehabilitation, so much so that it's a less than 3% recidivism rate amongst members who go through that program compared to 60% nationwide. So theater works.
Really amazing. And it does seem unique to have a film about the American, prison system that is not based in violence, but rather this is a movie about, people getting over their fears to just be performers.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about it. We always believe we were creating a film about our humanity and people who are incarcerated, finding different pathways to really, become joyful, become human again, as they say in our film. And it wasn't a prison drama. It's the first time that many people who are incarcerated, and we've screened to over 1,000 prisons as well.
That's unbelievable.
And they say it's the first time that they actually see themselves in their story in a film like this.
It's an incredible accomplishment. It's really, really
Thank
cool.
you.
Now, is it true? I've heard you've seen the film twice.
Yeah.
You saw a rough cut of the film, and then the only time you've seen a finished version of it was on an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Have you ever watched a movie of yours on an airplane before, and do you worry that people will be like, oh, no?
No, I know, it does seem a little egotistical, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm going to watch my finest work on a flight. But no.
It would be the worst would be if they walk by and you're just constantly going like, oh, this is very good.
You really should see this film, 13D. Exactly. No, but for me, it felt like very private because I feel like maybe there's something a bit more unmasked and raw about I know that what my performance is for myself. So it taps into something. So I need to watch it in a very isolated place.
Yeah.
But also I've noticed that like I'm wildly emotional when I'm watching, you guys as well,
Yeah.
I'm sure you have, on a plane. I don't know what it does, but it makes you, I wept during Wonder Woman.
Wow.
Like a baby.
I also saw Wonder Woman on a plane. I also wept like a baby.
You did, didn't you?
I believe if somebody doesn't, there's something wrong with them.
I think so too.
I mean, that movie, and by the way, I have a theory that I think when that movie came out, I did not have a daughter yet. I think if I watched Wonder Woman now, I don't care where you let me watch it, I would just be a mess.
Absolutely.
Early on, you started, you did sort of like theater that was educational
Yes.
before, in the early part of your career.
Yes.
So what sort
Back
of
in the
shows?
90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
And where would you go around and do these shows?
In San Francisco, I would work at Berkeley Repertory Theater, which is wild to me because I actually started out in educational theater with a young man by the name of Sean San Jose,
Okay.
who played my best friend. We were, stacking up a truck, taking it out to junior high school and high schools, and doing the play really about age education. And then, 30 years later, he plays my co-star because he's my best friend in the movie Sing Sing.
Unbelievable.
So it's like life. We've been on this journey for a long time, so I feel like who else am I going to go into this territory with building this film with but my best friend of over 30 years.
What an amazing thing. That is very cool. You are also there's some Shakespeare in the film.
Yeah.
You have done Shakespeare where, for my money, highest level of difficulty. You've done Shakespeare in the Park.
Yes, I've done Shakespeare in the Park. The last time was with Liev Schreiber in the Park, Henry V.
Okay.
And I realized that the elements were not for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you doing it thinking to yourself, I'm never going to do this again?
Yes.
Okay.
Only because I feel like it's so much. First of all, you got to like try to make a 300-year-old text, funny or interesting.
Right.
And that's already that battle, and really communicate with your audience. But also, it's just like you don't stop unless it's a deluge. I mean,
Yeah.
a little sprinkle. I'm a bit more sensitive in that way.
How many times over the course of the run of Henry V was it raining to a point where you were thinking, oh, come on now?
No, the whole run. No, because I don't know if there was the whole run, but there was a lot of times. And I just thought like, well, are they going to stop now? Well, they're obviously going to stop now, but they don't stop until they really have to stop.
Oh, that's
and
so
usually
funny.
you're like building an ark by then.
This is also very exciting. You are the voice of Norman Osborn in Disney Plus.
Isn't that something?
Your neighborhood, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, man.
It just must be cool to get to do some of that iconic voice work.
Dude, it's so cool. First of all, I fall in the line of the footsteps of like Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who was the last, Norman Osborn. And right now, in the beginning part of the series, in like the first 3 episodes, I'm the Norman Osborn who's just a billionaire, has businesses and, really trying to do some really great things with tech. And then I turn into an evil villain later. That's odd, isn't it?
It's very odd.
It's weird. I don't know
But
where they
there
would
is
get a
like 3
storyline like
episodes
that.
where all of us are like, this is good.
Yeah, it's good.
This is good, and this is going to be good for all of us.
I think so.
And then there's that moment.
It sounds too familiar.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it's a bummer. It's a bummer there's nothing from the real world for you to pull from. Congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything else. It's always so great to see
Good
you,
to see
Coleman.
you too, Phil.
This is Coleman Domingo. Everybody, Sing Sing is available to watch on all major platforms. We'll be right back.